Just messing with the cameras here.
Hi guys.
Hi everybody. Hi there.
We're messing with the cameras, so be patient with us for just a second. Thanks. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
Oh, are we making progress?
We're almost there.
I think we got something here.
We got something. Hi everybody.
Hi. I see people coming on. Make sure you're in that one too, because we want to make sure that we're
Hi
both
everybody.
hi guys. I see there's people popping up, and we'll just let Facebook start building the audience. Guys, if you're coming on, I'm here with my lovely dear friend Sonya Shannon. Well, I'll introduce you here in a minute, but and tell them all about you and how our relationship and our friendship has been continuing to bloom. But we'll let Facebook.
Hi Gigi. Hi Sadie. Hi everybody. Oh yay!
Good.
This is so cool to see you all.
This is great. Yeah. So
it's my first time. I'm a live version.
This is wonderful to be here with you. If you guys, as you guys are hopping on, if you want to say hi, give us a thumbs up, give us some love. We are obviously more than willing to allow the love in here, and we're sending lots and love and blessings to you guys as well. So we appreciate you guys hopping on and spending a little bit of time with us. Yeah, thank you so much for hopping on, guys. We love to see you here. Thank you.
I got some love. Yeah,
love the hearts. Yeah, so welcome. I am so honored, and please, I'm just going to adjust that just a little. There, that's better. Yeah, come on a little bit closer. I am honored here to be here with my very good friend, Sonya Shannon. Sonya Shannon is a spiritual visionary artist and also an author. And I'm going to let you talk a little bit about yourself in just a second, but I'm going to tell them how we met. I was actually at a metaphysical fair where you had a booth at the metaphysical fair, and I came over with my friend, and I was just absolutely, first of all, you are just a stunning, beautiful person. So to come and look at you was just artwork in itself. And so I was just attracted to your presence and your light, and you're like the speaking of light, like in the middle of all this busyness that's going on in this fair, and I was so attracted to your energy, and we walked right over to you. So your artwork is beautiful, but I have to say, just your light was what attracted me to your booth. And so I went right over there, and I mean, it was just instant. I think resonance, energetic resonance between the two of us. And so anyway, guys, I'm a little nervous because this, I think, has been in my vision for a while, working with you, and here we are finally doing something on video. So it's been on the radar for a while. Right now it's coming to physical manifestation, so I'm a little bit nervous, but anyway, so we met at your booth, and I was just in absolute awe, jaw-dropping awe of your beautiful artwork. And I looked at it, and I imagine not only myself, but the thousands and thousands of people that see your artwork are just in awe of the beautiful artwork that you do. And also in their mind go, how does she do this? And where does the vision come in? Where does it come from to do this? And how does she do it? So we had a really good connection. Over time, we're kind of keeping in touch with each other. And then most recently, when you moved down here to Colorado Springs, is when it really, our relationship and friendship really started cementing. And we started seeing some things in how we were going to not just have the energetic resonance of working together, but actual physical work as well here in our human bodies and doing that. So it's here, we are here, and I am honored and pleased because Sonya is a rather private person. She doesn't let just anybody through the front door, let alone be able to see, her living space and her artwork and how she does things. So I'm so honored and pleased that you are allowing me, and I'm just so privileged that you're allowing me into your space and welcoming me, as you and your husband Tim have welcomed me into your home, and I've spent the night a few times now, and you guys are so loving and welcoming, and I just feel incredibly blessed to have you in my lives. And so, you guys, amazing. We're going to walk through the house and see what the visionary artist and author has on her own walls and what she displays and a little bit of her works. You guys are privileged and honored to get to join in and be a part of this as well. And so, anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you for a few minutes, and you let me know where you're at.
Sure. Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm very honored, Sophia. I remember my first memory of meeting you was at the Inspire Life Gallery. I had a solo show there, and we also used to do readings. So that was a sort of open house. And I remember Sophia just coming over, and this beautiful, powerful shaman that you are. So I'm equally honored. Everything what she said, that's it. And today it's a new experience for me to go live, to not have all the lights, camera, action thing, but just to know that you're here with me in my living room right now. I'm going to be happy to take you around and just show you my home and my artwork. And it's so funny, like, I don't even like to call it my artwork because I feel that it is really your artwork and also the artwork of spirit. And I'm somehow just a portal, a carrier of that message to bring it through. So I don't feel that I have like an ownership. You know, authors and artists often usually have a, an big ego thing involved in their work. Of course, I have my story of how my life prepared me to be able to do this, but it really is a blessing, a gift, a huge gift. It came into my life. My mom tells me that when I was 18 years old, she saw me draw a picture of a cat. And I drew at 18 months old, I could draw the hairs on there, like I drew the fur. So she knew from a very early age that there was some special gift there. I cannot explain why I have it other than to be of service to you, being born in the time that we have so many incredible media, photography, drawing, painting, video. There's all these different ways to bring the visionary world, the world of metaphysics and spirit into a physical form. And that's really what I've devoted my life to do. I went through the role of animation and television. I worked in broadcast design and film. I learned a lot of things about movie magic, how feature film effects are made. And that's really kind of a big part of how I approach making visionary art today.
What an honor. And I was telling Sonya right before we got started, thank you for sharing all your, there's so much more to your background. I think that's almost being downplayed because you have an enormous background with art and photography and film and just so much more than that even. And so this is just like the simple, dumbed down Facebook live version of video, and we're gonna walk through the house, and she's got like so much editing and film experience. I told her, I was like, I'm a little bit nervous and intimidated a little bit because we're just gonna do this basic Facebook live, and there's not gonna be any editing, and it is whatever the light comes through is gonna come through. Whatever goes on, it is what it is, and whatever the end product is, it is that. There's not going to be editing. So I'm a little bit nervous because of all your experience. And she called me and she's like, no, I'm open to however it comes out.
I'm supposed to be nervous. No, and I wanted to just say something that as we were going through the intro, I just wanted to mention something about the artwork that I think of it as visual medicine. It's something that goes in through your eyes. And I find that I'll tell more about how I make it as we go deeper into the interview, but it really goes into your heart and has an effect on the body. It really is medicinal for some people. Not everybody sees what's in the artwork. Some people, I like to watch them at the shows. Some people just go by, they don't even look. They're not working on that visual level, but the people that are visual people, I think a lot of times the artwork serves as a kind of net, and they're swimming by like fish in the ocean, and it just kind of catches them. Something about it catches them, and then before they know it, their whole energy is changed, their aura is changed, and that's kind of been really amazing for me because the experience of actually making the art changes me too. Like it's a very deep bringing up of past experiences in my own lifetime, things I've read about, things I've learned, but also I have this awareness of everybody else being with me while I'm making the art. Like it's because it's for you, and so sometimes I feel like I'm on one hand very alone in a kind of, I live in a more or less monastic environment when I'm creating the art. But on the other hand, I feel the presence of all of the people that are going to see the work and be touched by it. And one of the pieces, which we'll show you in a few minutes, we have a very large, like a 9-foot wide by 4-foot high version of it in the Mile High Church in Lakewood. And I've had so many people come up to me and say, you know, oh, your work has, you know, really changed my life, or it really touches me. And I know people like to stand in front of that picture and have their picture taken. So that's it's just a tremendous honor. Like I'm just anyway very grateful for all that.
That is touching. That is touching, and that's the way I felt when I saw your artwork. So I totally resonate. Yeah, it is very touching. It opens up your heart and your heart chakra and just all kinds of things, and lights you up in ways that are very subtle that you may not even know. And it's a flash of light, you know, just being around your artwork and you. And so I'm looking forward to looking at that. I was gonna say something and I can't remember right off the bat. Yeah, if you want to acknowledge and say hi to
Dale,
anybody.
Marita, Rachel, like so many, all my friends are online. Thank you, you guys. It's just incredible. Doug, hello, Kyle. I haven't met all of you, but I'm sure I hope to meet you one day soon in person if we haven't already met. And I'd just like to invite us to, do you want to start walking around and looking at the house?
Real quick, because I know people are curious, well, where can I find her artwork? Where do I see more of her artwork? Not just through the video, but you can go to Sonya, SONYA Shannon, SHANNON.com, Sonya-Shannon.com. And yeah, we're gonna take the iPhones with us, guys. This is simple technology. I love it. Let's see what we get out of walking around. It's not gonna be perfect. It might be a little bit shaky. I had a little bit of caffeine, so
Yeah, me too.
so yeah, I'm kind of interested in having you show kind of what you have displayed in your own home. Let's make sure you're. I gotta make sure you're. Yeah, you're in the video.
Well, I guess let's first. I live in a house filled with art and art making.
Okay.
So we'll have to kind of turn the cameras around. I was going to go around this way and just show this is a staging area. I don't know if you guys can see it here. Maybe Sophia can track. But I've just done my whole holiday ornament collection. So this is a box of my holiday ornaments. This is actually a very small excerpt from the painting I mentioned earlier, the Narrow Gate, the one that's in the Mile High Church. And this is an ornament based on another painting, which we can look at later. And then I've got let's see, this is my newest one. This is a rose quartz crystal angel. She's the angel of love. That's the rose quartz energy. So I did the principal photography right here in Colorado Springs with the very beautiful Tiffany Torres was my model. And the rose quartz specimen was one that I had, and also my friend Janice Page had some of the rose quartz that I used as source photography for the artwork here.
Wow, gorgeous. These are ornaments that are available on your site too, guys, if we're coming up on the holidays. So.
And also right now we're running a poster sale, so I just wanted to show, this is my back door. Here I've got all the posters in boxes. This is a bag. Somebody ordered 10. Actually, my good client Tracy ordered 10 posters, so they're in a bag ready to go out to her. And then all the rest of them that are still for sale, we're doing a Halloween 13 sale. So the posters are only $13, including free shipping in the United States. So you can get those on my website. But you can see that my warehouse and my factory is basically, this is my back door. So I don't really have like a formal warehouse at the moment, and just moving sort of small quantities of the artwork these days.
Well, that is the art and entrepreneur's lifestyle, right? You got to make do with what's going on in your own life.
Yeah. So we're just walking through my house. We're going to be passing what's wrapped up is one of the very large paintings that came back. It was on loan to psychotherapist Cheryl Milcoach, and just got that back from her. It's sitting in my living room, but it's on its way to be displayed elsewhere. But this is how I live, surrounded by the art. And you'll see my amazing husband here working. He does all my website work. Hey, Tim, do you want to say hi? Hi. He's kind of the quiet, shy one these days. But I'm going to take you upstairs and we're going to go and look at one of the paintings. And then if people that are live have any questions, maybe you can text in your questions and we'll do our best to read them.
Okay.
So we're just going up the stairs here. I do have some of the art that inspires me are these Tibetan Thangka paintings. So these are done by hand. These are some very old ones. This is a Tibetan Buddhist deity called Mahakala, who's a protector god. And then I have Manjushri, who's a teacher. He's got the flaming sword of truth to cut away ignorance and evil, the book of knowledge, and sitting on a lotus. So I love to have this type of artwork around my environment.
Great. Oh, yeah. When I first came in here, I looked at our lifetimes and went, wow, we've had some Asian lifetimes together, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're just going up the stairs, guys.
So
Wow, we are going to take a sneak peek into what's hanging in your bedroom.
yeah, so this is in my room. So we're going to turn around and look at, so this is a painting that, if you know one work of mine, this might be the one that you know, the Narrow Gate. And we'll just make sure you can see the whole artwork. So this is really based on my background of myself in my own life, having to drop a lot of baggage. We went through that foreclosure crisis and lost our home and all of our life savings. And along with that, I had to lose a lot of baggage about who I was going to be, when I grew up, what my work was. So I had this experience of really going through a portal where my relationship to material goods just didn't matter as much anymore. My title in the world didn't matter as much anymore. And this was a message from Spirit that a lot of people need to see, that it's time to unload the negative baggage. That can be thought patterns that we've got, it can be psychological baggage that we have from childhood. Also material baggage. I drive around and I see storage lockers full of things. People can't even close their garage doors because they've got so much stuff. So we're all been really burdened down with things, and the painting is really about that time of release. So when the message came to me, because of the background in storytelling, I just thought of this one individual going through the phases of what is it to let go of the heaviness and become light and free. We shot this in a June evening in a farm in Erie, Colorado. And so I brought this big, heavy, horrible fur coat. I mean, it's great in New York winters, but you definitely don't want it on a June day, in Erie, Colorado. And my actress here was my niece, Sarah Casper, who's an incredibly talented ceramic artist. She actually made the urn that she's carrying on her head. And she agreed to sacrifice this urn for the painting.
Wow. Because
it had a crack in it. It wasn't perfect. And so that's one of the things to let go of, is that idea that art has to be perfect or we have to be perfect. I've had to let go of a lot to do a live video like this because some of you know I have a background as a professional videographer.
Yeah.
So it's just very new for me to let go of those kind of ideals and let those cracks open us up. It's kind of like the Leonard Cohen song, the crack is where the light gets in. So anyway, she sacrificed this pot and she dropped her coat. We had a box full of letters. I don't know if you can get in any closer on some of those things, Sophia. And, there was an old box and an old suitcase full of clothes. And so there's this whole jumble of baggage and almost the detritus from the life that we no longer live when we go into a more spiritual direction. And so I wanted her in this angelic gown that almost has wings. And then, of course, she actually morphs into an angel. But this moment here of the freedom and the lightness after that heavy coat has fallen off, the urn's fallen off of her head. This is I showed the Christmas ornament called Let It Go. And this is sort of the basis of that moment where she's just liberated. And you can see around her is this effect of a portal that she's making this transition into another realm. So, and then of course, the background, I wanted something that was biblical. And this photo was shot in Israel. And the other, the trees were actually shot in Ontario. So I put together a lot of different landscapes from my travels and kind of created that environment to express the idea of transition.
And that's the piece that I bought from you. That's the piece that I bought from you when we met at the fair that I recall. Yeah, that's my favorite piece. So yes, I have that.
And one thing that Spirit called me to do in my work is I of course have worked with professional dancers and actors in my film and video career. I've directed Ellen Burstyn and worked with the Limon Dance Company and so on. But I like to work with real people. I like to work with people that aren't professional actors or dancers, and just to kind of help them unlock that experience in their body, because as they're doing that, and when I can capture that in the camera, that brings some of that energy into the artwork itself. So here's another piece. This is one of my favorites.
I don't know.
Might be a little
yeah,
tough
there
to
might be a
show.
glare.
So
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
you
go.
got it. You got it.
Okay.
Oh, it's very shiny. It's a metallic print. But and if it's tough to see the image, this is called One Way to Pleiades, so you can see it in a perfect form on my website. But it's two girls sort of floating in outer space. We did the principal photography in a swimming pool. They're actually my two grandnieces, Morgan and Samantha. And it reminded me of the idea of being able to travel to another world, kind of going into this meditative floating state where we're not so much embodied in our body, but we have this feeling that we're weightless, we're free from gravity, free from time and space and the constraints of life on planet Earth. And I remember I have three sisters, and we used to, in the summers in Canada, I remember floating on our backs and looking up in the stars, and looking particularly at the Pleiades constellation, which is the Seven Sisters. And that was really the inspiration for this image that is about, again, traveling to another dimension of experience. And a lot of my images work like a kind of portal where you look at the image and it helps you go into that experience and have it in your body.
Nice. Oh, that's a beautiful piece. Beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
God, the colors.
I have one more. Again, it might be a lighting issue here. I'm not sure if we can see it, but this piece is Dream Journal.
How does that look?
I think
Can we
that looks
see?
pretty good.
Okay.
I hope people can see it okay.
Okay.
And thanks for all the beautiful comments, you guys. Anyway, so Dream Journal, the vision for this piece came to me when I was in my late teens, well, all through my teens, but in my early 20s, I did a lot of metaphysical drawings. I didn't know that that's what they were, but I would start drawing, and all of a sudden, another dimension would open up into the drawing. And so this was an idea that came to me when I was pretty young, was to try to capture that feeling when we're between the actual dream world and the waking world. So it's that idea where our brain is not quite in its conscious relationship to reality and time, and we're still in that dream space. And that's really a lot of times when I deal with the metaphysical subject matter, that's a lot of times where my mind is dwelling, like I'm not really in regular time and space. And so that's something that I think just comes through into the art by itself, just simply by practicing how to go in and out of that state. And so I've got her sort of, she's half in the world, but, her legs, her lower part of her body is, underwater, and there's these dream symbols flowing by. She's sitting on fur, she's writing, and it's all this very watery, shimmery type of environment. And even her eyes, this young model, Madeline, at the time, I told her, I just want you to be kind of gazing off into space. She did a really great job. Again, somebody who was not a professional actress or model, but somebody who was just very real. I wanted the real person doing it. So that was the essence of the photography.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Matthew, for your comments. And if we could get, this is all about why it's raw and real, and so we appreciate the comment about the light from the window kind of washing it out a little bit. But it's all.
Yeah, thanks, Matthew. I really respect that. And please go on my website. You can see Dream Journal under the artwork category and just go to either prints or aluminum prints. I do have a beautiful infused aluminum print of her, so hopefully you can get a better view of the details of the artwork.
Yeah.
And we'll try, I'm not sure if this is going to work. This is my hallway now that we're going into. And I've got some pencil drawings. Now, the first one is actually not my work. This is the work of Jean-Pierre Hébert. As an artist, I love to collect the works that inspire me. So we saw the Tibetan tankas. This is a work by who I think is a very brilliant computer artist. And it was done with, it's actually one single pencil line.
Wow.
Very hard to appreciate. What I'll try to do is maybe
Wow.
post some close-ups of it. But it's called Mount Huang, after Huangshan mountain in China. And it's a plotter drawing. So this artist worked with the computer to get it to draw this incredibly intricate line, so intricate that it almost looks like a sheet of fabric, like it looks diaphanous, sort of like sheer window curtains, but in the shape of that very incredible mountain. And of course, Huangshan in China is where the artists go to learn Chinese perspective for landscape paintings. So a very spiritual piece. I don't know how many people really appreciate or collect early computer art, but I'm one of them, and this is one of my prized collections.
Wow.
So,
That is, that's amazing.
yeah. And then the next one is a self-portrait. This is called The Ice Goddess. I did it probably in my early 20s, and I was interested with the idea of reflections. So it's a pencil drawing with an HB pencil, just one pencil, and kind of looking at how to work with different spaces that were intersecting, some of which were highly realistic and some of which were more sketched and less well-defined, because for anybody that does have metaphysical experiences, sometimes it's very loose, or even in your dream imagery, if you remember your dreams, sometimes it's incredibly detailed and real and vivid, and other times it's just a little bit more like a sketch.
Whoops.
Or
I'm sorry there,
a
Sonya.
fragment. It's okay.
It's humanness.
No worries. Thanks, Sophia. But it's a little bit, less resolved or less rendered. And so that was what I was expressing in this this drawing here. This is just a one of a kind. Most of my other art exists only in the computer, so you have to get a print of it, but this is an actual drawing in a frame.
Wow.
And there's only one of them.
Beautiful. Oh.
Thank you. And then the next one is, I did a lot of life drawing in my earlier career. This one is called Polygon Queen, and I did it when I first got into 3D computer animation and learned about geometry. So everything in the 3D world is constructed from what are called polygons, and a polygon is just a multi-sided shape, usually existing on one plane, and you put a whole lot of them together in the old days, and you could make a very complicated shape. And so all of the three-dimensional stuff that we work with in computer graphics it used to be based on polygons. Now it's based on nerves and other more complicated forms of constructing 3D objects. But anyway, I was in life drawing class, and I'd done a ton of life drawing, and I just sort of had this image of putting the model, sort of integrating her into the earth and having her connected to the earth through these polygonal shapes. And it was really an idea just about what is our physical body. You know, the earth gives us our body, it gives us our physicality, and then that physicality returns back to the earth after we die. So there's a way in which everything that we eat, and then we poop, and then, there's kind of like this whole cycle that we are always connected to that goddess energy of the planet. And that's really what I was exploring here. Also the relationship between virtual realities, I find that to be really fascinating in light of the metaphysical traveling that I've done. I've gone into some virtual realities. I don't know if anybody else online has. But anyway.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Put your comments in, guys, and we'll look at
Hi,
them.
it's so great to see everybody. Welcome to this.
Yeah,
my first time going live.
Oh yeah, in your personal home. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Sophia. And then the next piece, this is my little pencil drawing hall as you go between, the bedroom and my office. So this one I did again, it was one of the very early pieces that I did to explore the relationship between the metaphysical world and the physical world. So it's an old Chinese man. The reference actually came from a National Geographic image, and he was sitting on a wall reading a newspaper, and I don't know if you can discern it from the video, but the hand with the pencil drawing outer space, sort of emerged as I was, on this journey with this. I was exploring how to get the highest level of realism that I could with a single pencil, not allowing any other tonalities than what that one HB pencil could do on a piece of paper. And so certain areas, like his feet, for example, are pretty realistic. And again, I'll try to put some close-ups on the web for you to see later. But I wanted to show the idea, the relationship between the artist and the artwork, but also between the creator and the human being. That we're kind of co-creating, and it was, to me, exploring questions about, is there such a thing as fate and destiny? How much do we shape, what our own experience is? I think maybe a lot we shape it. We have things to do here on the planet, but how much of it is predetermined, or it was one of those deep philosophical questions. So just kind of working with that energy at the time.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Okay, guys, one more time. I gotta really let you look at this. Wow.
Hi everybody, I'm seeing some really old friends. Oh my gosh, Tony, Steve. Hello, you guys. It's an honor to be here with you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, we're honored to be here.
And now I'm getting nervous because we're going into my actual art studio, and I never bring people in. So this is like, it's pretty messy, but
that's okay. That's okay. What a privilege it is for us to even be invited to take a sneak peek here.
So probably the wide shot is better than the. So I have. It's a little bit tilted, but this is Burning Down the House on the wall. This was another piece that I did. I actually did the principal photography for the Narrow Gate and for Burning Down the House on the same day. I did the Narrow Gate first, and then went to another field, like it was on a farm in Erie, and then did the principal photography for Burning Down the House. And I like to have this in my studio itself because, I don't know, the fire energy and the dance energy is really pretty essential to who I am. And I think also, as far as starting with photography and then working it into something that has a little bit of an old-fashioned painterly look, I feel this is my most successful attempt at that. It was definitely inspired by a few other artists. I have a little blog piece that you can look at if you go to Sonya-Shannon.com under blog and look at making of. If you look under Burning Down the House, you'll see more about what some of my influences and inspirations were there. Otherwise, my studio right now is also another warehouse. I've got a giant bin of matted prints. I'm getting ready for 3 or 4 shows, so I've got a lot of small and large matted prints that I'm just putting the labels on, and I like to tell the little story, the making of on the back of each of those. These are not yet available online, but I'm going to be offering some of them on Etsy. I've just opened an Etsy store, but I have lots of other artworks that are available. These are Clay prints, so 12 color ink on fine art paper.
Beautiful.
And signed and all that. Wow. And then my 2 desks, being a Gemini, I also have to have 2 places to work. My main workstation right now is an iMac. I'm just getting ready to upgrade that to a Mac Pro. And then my other workstation is my drawing table. I don't know if you can see that one, Sophia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and the other art that I have here that I like to be close to, these are some images of the Golden Temple in Amritsar, India. I do like a lot of things about the Kundalini Yoga tradition and the Sikh chanting. I like to practice those chants. And so here, these images deeply inspire me, and I like to have them close to protect my work when I'm drawing. So
yeah.
I think that's pretty much it
Beautiful.
for a quick. Oh, here's another one of the inspiring images. I don't really know the artist who did this, but it's a Khalsa Sikh woman holding a sword. And I just like the serenity and strength that she represents. I try to have that in my life to be able to do the artwork that I do.
Wow.
So
Thank you. Thank you. Can we sit down for just a minute and then we can,
yeah,
if
absolutely.
there's anything else before that you want to share before we wrap up, guys? Sorry. You guys, I was holding the iPhones, so if they're a little bit shaky, that's why. So I apologize for that.
Can we do this?
Yeah.
Is that going to be
Let's.
too backlit?
I
You're
don't
ready
know.
for.
What do you think?
here,
Is
I'll-
that going to be?
Oh,
We can put it on something. Whatever works.
Hi, Abigail, Diane. Hi, everybody. Matthew. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, maybe this. I hope it's not too bright. I'm shifting some of your stuff. Hopefully that's okay.
Yeah, she's holding it up with stacks
You
of
want-
Transformation Oracle boxes. That's another thing I have an overabundance of in my office.
I
here.
think we're okay. I think. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. Maybe we close the shade.
Yeah, let me just do that real quick.
All right. Well, this is why it's live. I love the live part because you get to see everything. It's not perfect, just like our human lives. You know, nothing here is perfect, but it's perfectly perfect at the same time. Is that too? Okay. As long as we kind of cover up the lighting a little bit, I think we're good. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing. I mean, your work is just beautiful, and it's obvious that it comes, from it's a channeled source. It's channeled source, and it comes not just from this lifetime, but other lifetimes as well that cross over. And it's definitely wow. And that you agree to be the conduit and the instrument to allow source energy to just come through. So.
Oh, thank you, Sophia. It's really such an honor again to have this chance to be with you all in real time. I'm so amazed by the technologies we have to be able to speak and have video and also, whenever I Skype with people, it's that same amazing feeling that we can connect across the planet and be together in time and space. So thank you all. I'm really excited to see you at upcoming shows, and for the people in Canada, I have it in my vision to get up there, get into a gallery at some point. I just haven't, I'm always, trying to do things within the laws of this time and space that we live in, because I'm often in the future. So, but I will get there. I love you all, and thanks so much again for joining us.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the greatest gift that you're giving me is that we're going to do more of these, and we have some plans for that.
Yeah, one thing I want to do, so I'll just announce it now. I want to use the camera and show you guys how I look at a subject and how I go into the metaphysical through the role of photography. So I'm going to use Sophia as my model, and we're going to do that in one of the upcoming shows.
Oh, yeah. That'll be the next one, right? We decided that was going to be our next one. And so we'll have to look on our calendars and see when that's going to be coming up here. I'm sure it'll be here coming up in November at some point that we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I think it'll be soon. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, we appreciate you being here with us. We know that you choose your time wisely. Oh, you know what? Can we real quick just address any questions or comments that maybe people have? That maybe we can do that real quick.
Hi, Christiana. I've got people from Munich. Hey, this is incredible, from all over. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, Manny, you can go to Sonya-Shannon.com to look at her artwork. And is that where they can purchase as well?
Yes. If you go to Sonya-Shannon.com.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Sonya
Yes,
hyphen.
you can buy the artwork there. If you have any questions, please just shoot me an email. My email address is contact@sonya-shannon.com. And I've just opened up an Etsy store. It's called Sonya Shannon, just with no space. So I have some things on the Etsy store that I'm not going to be having on the main website. So, and the other good thing about the website is we have the making of. So if you want to know more about how I do the artwork, that's the best place to go.
That's really cool. That's really cool. If you have anybody that you want to say hi to or address answer any questions, Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, Steve
great, thanks.
McElhane, this is beautiful what you said about imperfection. I hope everybody can look at the comments on my page. Wow, this is great. I'm gonna take some time and meditate on that later. And
Giving
Chuck, hi,
yeah.
I'm seeing Chuck there. Lisa Kalmanson, yay, this is amazing. Hi, so many great people from a whole lifetime here. Let's see. I'm not seeing any other questions, but thank you so much for all the love, all the kind comments. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we love seeing you guys here. We appreciate that you decided to spend some time with us because we know that your time is valuable. And
I do have a question here from Diane. Diane, about the new deck. Okay, so Diane is asking about my new deck, which is the Crystal Angels. Yeah, it's coming. I have it about halfway done as far as principal photography. Of course, the artwork, takes a lot longer, and I'm still shooting principal photography on that as well. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get it out sometime in 2017, maybe by the fall. It just depends on a lot of other things, but thank you for the question. Yeah,
I'm excited about it because I'm in one of them. So I'm excited to see what you do with my picture.
Yeah, me too. And thank you, Matthew. That's beautiful what you said about using pieces with your music. I really think there's a whole synesthetic thing that happens between visual art, music, and sound. Also with dance, I think the arts, there's a kind of this area where they're just very transparent to one another. So that's beautiful that you use visuals when you're composing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, great, guys. And if you need to reach me at all, I'm at sophia-rashkin.com. That website link is right here when we posted it. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, Sophia.
Much love and blessings to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Okay, and so